So close your eyes and imagine you're outside and you're surrounded by your family and friends. You're getting ready for one of the most exciting days of your life, and you're wearing your wedding dress. But you're not about to walk down the aisle. You're about to run in the Living History Farms Race. Before I tell you what the Living History Farms Race is actually like to experience, I want to give you a little bit of the history of it. Living History Farms is an organization in Des Moines, Iowa, where I'm from, and it's a series of working farms that are modeled after different farms from different eras in history. So you can see there's like a 1900s farm and an 1800s farm, and there's like frontier town, and it's just a really good place for people to learn and experience what life was like 100 years ago. And the Living History Farms race started 37 years ago to raise money for the farms, and it's been really effective at this, and it's raised over $500,000. The farms race takes place at the end of November every year, and it's a 7-mile-long race. The race is a really unique experience because of the course, the costumes, and the people involved in it. So like I said, the course is 7 miles long, and it takes place in the farmland on the Living History Farms itself. And it's unique because it's really cold. It's like 35 degrees outside, and there's 8 creek crossings, which is one of the things that makes it the most unique. Since it's so cold, you get really, really muddy, and you have to run like 5 to 7 miles with like completely sopping wet shoes, and you're frozen, and you're climbing up in the mud. And there's just a lot of interesting things involved with it. A runner wrote an article for Runner's World, and he described the race as this: the challenges are more about survival, avoiding wayward corn stalks, and maneuvering around manure, not letting your shoes get suctioned off in 4 inches of mud, leaping over fallen trees that lie directly across your path. So these are just some of the interesting things that you experience along the 7 miles of the race. Another one of the interesting things is the costumes. So this is the race that I made the Lord of the Rings costumes for that I told you about in my last speech. And you can see us running up there, and they just make the race really exciting because it's a fun way to connect with the people around you, and there's a really wide variety of costumes. There's group costumes like the Lord of the Rings costumes. People wear wedding dresses and like tuxedos. You can see people here dressed up as the mustard and the hot dog and like SpongeBob and all sorts of really random things. One interesting thing is there's this man who runs every single year, and the only thing he wears in 30-degree weather is just a loincloth and a bow and arrow. And it's just really crazy. And just like running around like behind him and just seeing the crazy things that he does. And he just gets really into just enjoying the experience. And so the other thing that makes this experience really memorable is the people. Now, the USA Track and Field Organization once said that this was the largest cross-country race in America. And this is because, according to Living History Farms' website, it caps the maximum amount off at 7,500 people. And this is a ton of people. So imagine taking all the students who live here on Union, multiply that by 6, and stick all of them in the woods and send them on a 7-mile race. And half of them are wearing costumes. So that's just kind of a picture of the sheer amount of people who are running. And you can see here how crowded it gets at the creek crossings and at the starting line. And this is one of the things that just makes it really unique and interesting. And it provides a lot of opportunities for people to just help each other and to enjoy the time being with each other. The sheer amount of people also slows the race down a ton. Whereas when we run it, usually it takes about 2 hours to run only like 7 miles, which is a really slow pace for runners. But this just allows time to enjoy the race, and it's not very competitive, and it's just something you can just take the time to relish in tramping through mud and just being with all the people around you. And so in conclusion, the costumes, the people, and the course are what make this Living History Farms Race a really fun experience. It's dirty, challenging, and cold, but it really creates amazing memories. It's not quite the same